All right, so to get started, we're going to go into myKW to see all of the marketing materials you have available to you within eEdge. So I went to mykw.kw.com and signed in. Right now I'm on the home page of myKW. And from the home page, like I said, we're going to be working in eEdge. So we're going to go up to our eEdge control panel. And in the control panel, I'm going to click the plus sign next to My Marketing. And we're going to click Create Marketing Materials. So within eEdge, we are able to access different marketing materials like flyers, email campaigns, postcards, lots of good stuff. Where we are right now is the Marketing Center. This is where we can access all of our marketing materials and our design library, our saved designs. But before we create any marketing, we do want to make sure that our personal information is up to date. So I'm going to go from this page up to the top right and click on Account. And from here, I'm going to go to My Account. And this page is where you can find your contact information that displays on your eEdge website, your KW Realty site, and your marketing materials. So anything you create in eEdge, your campaigns, your flyers, anything, it's going to have your personal information, and rather than updating that individually on each piece, you can actually come here, update this beforehand, and then this information will pull onto those marketing materials. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly today. To edit this, we can click the blue edit button up at the top, and basically you just want to make sure all of your information is correct. So some things to touch on would be, of course, your name, your phone numbers. There is a space for a mobile number and an office number. You can choose to only have one of these, have both, have the same number for both, what have you. We don't have the option to remove these little icons or change the order, but you can add in your phone numbers here. External email, this is really important. You want to make sure this is an email that you're using for your business, whether that is your kw.com email, a different email that you've created, maybe a custom email like this one. Whatever email is your primary email for business that's different than this eEdge one right here. So that'll be in this box. And then directly down below there's a space that says marketing and reply to email. So you have the option for either your eEdge email or your external email. We recommend setting this up to the external email. What this means is whatever your main email is that you put in this box, this is the email that will display on those marketing materials that you create. And if you were to send out any email pieces and someone replies to them, the replies will come to whatever email is in this box. You also want to make sure your marketing website is in here. This would be your main website that you're using for your real estate business. Whether that's your Playster website or your eEdge site, make sure that is in this box. Marketing address, make sure that's the office address and not your home address. And then your mobile app. So on some of the marketing materials, there is actually a link that says click here to download my mobile app. So you want to make sure your mobile app link is in this box. If you can't find this, reach out to us and we can help you locate that. But once all of this information is good to go, everything has been updated, you can click Save. And that will reflect right away on those marketing materials that you create. Down below, we do have the option to add in some social media profiles. On some of those pieces, there are links, little icons that people can click on to go to your profiles. So you can add those in and edit those in this section. And down at the very bottom, we have spot for images. So website image, pretty straightforward. This is the photo that will go on your eEdge website. Marketing image, this is the image that would go on your marketing materials, so your campaigns, flyers, things like that. And then your marketing logo. So if you have a custom logo for your office or maybe a custom logo for your team or for yourself, you can put that in this box. You don't need to put a generic KW in here, but if your office has a special logo that they've created, you can add that in here. You can also add in a QR code if you'd like. If you have a QR code for your app or maybe for your website and you want that on your marketing materials, this would be a great place to add that in. So once all of this information is up to date, we can now start to create our marketing materials. I'm going to go up to the top and click on Marketing, and then click on the second option which says Manage Campaigns. All right, so this brings us to the My Campaigns page where we can see all of our campaigns that we have set up. The active ones will be at the top, and then any paused ones below that. The monthly newsletter, this one always says active, but unless you have people on it, this won't actually be sending. So on this page, you can see the status in this column, whether these campaigns are active or paused, the campaign name, the contacts and groups that are on there, how many steps. This one, for example, has 33 email steps. The next campaign, so once this one wraps up, you can actually choose to have the people on this campaign automatically added to another. And then performance. So we'll touch on this a little bit more, but to start a new campaign, we're going to go up to the top right and click on the blue Add New Campaign button. All right, this brings us into our campaigns where we can see all of the campaigns that are currently available. You can use the search options box on the left to search through the different campaigns. If you click on delivery type, you can see there are date campaigns, interval campaigns, birthday campaigns, and anniversary campaigns. The main difference between the date and interval campaigns. So the date campaigns go out on specific dates. So you actually have the option to go on a calendar and choose what dates the emails are sent out. The interval campaign, these go out based on when you add someone to the campaign. So if you were to add someone onto, for example, an 8x8, those are interval campaigns, they would get the first email the following day. So if you added them today, they'd get an email tomorrow, and then a week after that, week after that, week after that. So I'll show you more of that when we actually go into a campaign. But over here on the right, you can actually scroll through all the different campaigns that are available. I believe they just released the new, I'm going to try and find, it must be at the bottom. They just released the new 33 Touch, which is what we're going to set up today. But I'll go ahead and explain the different campaigns. So the 12 Direct, these are actually a once a month campaign. The monthly newsletter is a 12 Direct as well. These go out once a month for the whole year. So you can see for each of these campaigns, a lot of them, or I think almost all of them, have different types. So you can see this one is 12 Direct email. This is 12 Direct Happy and Healthy Home email for team. Did you know email, multi-channel. So this one would be the same campaign, but it has emails and postcards. This campaign, same campaign, but for print, just postcards. And then the same thing, but for teams. So make sure when you're selecting a campaign, you're choosing the one that you need, whether you're on a team and you just want emails or what have you. So 12 Direct go out once a month for the whole year. Those are usually either a newsletter or some sort of fun, kind of informative piece. So for example, this 12 Direct Did You Know? If I was interested in looking into this more, seeing if I want to send this out, excuse me, I can click on Show Campaign Step Details. Oh, this is the postcard one. Let me find just the email. Okay. You can click on that, and then down below it'll show you a little preview of what these emails will actually look like. So if you click on these thumbnails, you can see the email piece. So these are like home tips, and then of course your personal information will be put in at the bottom. So that's an example of the 12 Direct. I'm trying to find that 33 Touch that just came out. Perfect, here it is. So 33 Touch, ready for what's next. This is the first campaign that KW recommends you set up. These go out twice a month for the whole year. They run about June to June of the whole year. And it's usually one part of the month they will receive a This Month in Real Estate newsletter with current stats and information based on that month. And then the other half they will, the other email they'll receive is kind of like a fun informational piece. So this is the 33 Touch for what's ready for what's next, and we will actually come back to this and set this one up today. This is great for your sphere of influence, so family, friends, people like that. And there are also some 8x8 campaigns. So these are for buyers or sellers. These are great for people who are looking to buy or sell in the near future. So you only want to put people on here that you want to pursue more aggressively. These go out once a week for 8 weeks. So you don't want to just throw your family and friends on here because it might be a little too much for them. But these are catered toward buyers or sellers. And you can go through these and check them out. And then lastly, at the very, very bottom, there's a couple more I want to touch on. There is a birthday greetings campaign. This is great. Every year for 10 years this will run. You can set people up on here and they'll receive a nice little happy birthday message from you. There's an example of that there. Same thing for anniversaries. Ooh, where is that? Purchase anniversaries. You can set your past clients, your buyers, on this purchase anniversary campaign, and every year on that anniversary they will receive a happy anniversary little email from you or postcard if you choose. And then there are also some campaigns about mobile apps, so encouraging people to download your mobile app. I think this goes out once a week for 5 weeks. And then a FSBO campaign. So you guys can look more into these, but I'm going to scroll back up, and I apologize, I know we're moving kind of quick, but there's just a lot to touch on today. So I'm going to scroll all the way back up, and we are going to set up that new 33 touch that just came out. And as you can see, there are a lot of campaigns in here. Okay, so this is our 33 touch. This is the new one for 2019-2020. So if we start this now, it'll run into next year. Like I said before, you can actually expand this by clicking on Show Campaign Step Details. And you can scroll through here and see what the different steps are going to look like. And if I was interested in this, I can go ahead and click Choose this template, and this will bring me in and allow me to set this up. All right, when you click on that, it does bring you into step 2 all the way down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just scroll back up to the very top of my page. You can see step 2 has been opened up. I'm going to click on Review and Configure Steps just to minimize this. And you can see there are 4 steps we can go through to set up this campaign. So step 1, this is really just changing the name of the campaign if you want to. So if you were setting this up for maybe a specific group of contacts or something like that, you could do 33 touch, ready for what's next, family and friends, something like that. But you don't have to change this. This is step 1. And if you do, just make sure you hit click Save and Continue, and then we're good to go. So now we're going to go back into step 2, which is Review and Configure Steps. I'm going to go ahead and open up that. And now we can actually go in and edit these pieces that are going to be sent out. All right, so step 1, you can see the next email piece that's going to go out is going out on July 3rd. It's called Turning Your Friends into Neighbors. And like I said, this is a date campaign, so these actually go out on specific calendar dates. If I wanted to change this, I can go ahead and click on this little calendar button. And right now it's set to July 3rd. If I wanted to, I could change that and pick a different date. But they're spaced about 2 weeks apart, so beginning of the month, end of the month. You can also change the email subject here. And over on the right, if you click on this little thumbnail, you can see the piece. But let's say you wanted to go in and actually make some changes. I'm going to hit close. Oops, and scroll back up. And if I wanted to edit this, I can hit the personalize button. And this will open up and allow me to edit. So the email pieces are HTML optimized, so we are able to change the content, but you can't really just like click on things and move them around. You are sort of limited to the way this email is set up, the layout of it. But of course you can change things on here. you wanted to change the text, you can. If you wanted to change the photo, let's say I don't like this photo, I can actually click on this. I can choose to upload an image from my computer. They also have some stock images over here. I usually like to pick something silly. Oh yeah, they look very serious. So you can play around with that, add in different images. Of course, you can change the fonts up here. This is similar to like editing in Microsoft Word. You have some different font choices, font sizing, font colors, things like that. You can change out the content here. And then, of course, down at the bottom, you can see it did plug in our personal information. So there's our headshot, our contact info. They do plug in a generic little KW for you. And then if you had a second logo, it would be right here. And then down below, this is where this is why we had our mobile app added in. It says click here to download my mobile app. This is that marketing and reply to email we added in, and then this is the marketing website. So when someone receives this email, they will be able to click on these. But once you've gone through this and made all of your changes, you can hit save. And I definitely recommend hitting that save button as often as possible because sometimes, you know, things happen, computers freeze, and we don't want to lose our work. But we have made our changes, and now I'm going to click exit. And there we go. So now when we click on this little thumbnail, we can see it is updated, and this is what it'll look like when it goes out. You'll see that, so that's the first step. That's going out on July 5th. On July, well, originally this was the 3rd, but also on July 5th now, you have a task. So some of these steps in the 33 Touch and some of the campaigns are tasks. Like some of them will say, like this one for example is a script. It's a phone call saying on this day you should call whomever and then go through this script with them. This one is telling you that your This Month in Real Estate newsletter is ready for editing. So 10 days before the newsletter goes out, you can actually go in and make changes to it. So you can see if I keep scrolling, on July 14th, that is when the newsletter is going to go out. That's the second email for the month. But right now you can see the personalized button is grayed out. That's because they don't have the information for July yet. But on July 5th, you'll actually get a little reminder telling you that your newsletter is ready for editing, and if you wanted to, you can come in and make changes to this. But the cool thing about these campaigns, I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, is you don't have to change anything on here. They like to say set it and forget it, so you can actually just go through here and hit save and continue, not edit anything, and it'll just send out for you. So you can choose to personalize this, but it's not necessary. Step 3 is add or remove contacts. You can add people by adding groups or individual contacts. If you add a group, you can see the groups are listed over here on the left, and then I click add, it moves them from the left to the right. The cool thing about this is if you were to add a group and you were to add new contacts to that group at a later time, anybody who is in this group will automatically be put on this campaign with everyone else. So that's pretty cool. You can also add individual contacts by going over to the Contacts tab and hitting the Add buttons here. Once you've chosen everybody you'd like on this campaign, you can click Save Changes. And our last step is Review and Activate. I always get this message saying I haven't saved it, but I know I have, so I always hit Continue. So if you see that, just hit Continue. Alright, so the first question it asks, it says, once a contact completes this campaign, automatically add them to, and then you have this drop-down menu. So this is really only good for shorter campaigns. If you have contacts set up, say, on an 8x8 campaign or a mobile app campaign, some sort of campaign that only lasts a few weeks, and you want to keep sending them emails after that, you can choose another campaign from this drop-down, and then once that first campaign ends, they'll automatically be put on another. But since this one in particular is going to run until next June, it doesn't really make sense for us to put them on another because once it's done, we'll probably just add them to the 33 touch for next year. We need to check this box saying I have reviewed this, everything's good to go. And then this box down here, if you wanted to add basically featured listings to the bottom of these emails, you can check that. All right, so now all we need to do is click Activate Campaign. And this campaign will start sending out. So you can see now we're back to the My Campaigns page. It's showing my new active campaign at the top. If I wanted to go back in and edit this, I could just click on the title of the campaign and that'll bring me in exactly back to where we were. I can actually edit the contacts from this page. If I wanted to add or remove people, I can click on the group button and this should look familiar. I can go ahead and add or remove people. You can see how many steps. This one has 22 emails and then 13 activities. This is that next campaign if we wanted to add them to another campaign after this. And then you can actually go in and see the performance. If you click on that, it'll show you, like once it starts sending, you can see how many people clicked it, how many people opened it, how many people unsubscribed, things like that. So I'm just going to turn this off because I don't want to spam my coworkers. And we're good to go. So one other thing I want to touch on in myKW before we switch to command, we're going to go back up to marketing at the top and click on that. And let's go to the marketing center. All right, we're back to the marketing center where we can see all of our marketing materials that we can create, everything from email marketing to print marketing to campaigns. I'm going to go into email marketing by clicking email and video marketing over here on the left under design library. All right, so we have a ton of marketing materials available to us within eEdge. Over here on the left, this search options box is going to be very helpful for helping you find the marketing materials you're looking for. Right now we're in the design library, so we're searching through any designs that are available. If I wanted to switch to save designs, I can look at anything that I've created in the past. Just going to go back to design library. Right now we're looking at email and video pieces, and you can see there are 496, so quite a lot. The cool thing is any individual step from an email campaign can be sent out as a one-time email. So say you were looking at a campaign and you really liked the piece that was there for step 3, you can actually come in here, look for that piece, search for it by the name, and then send it out to your contacts as like an individual email rather than a whole campaign. So that is an option for you. There are also print materials in here. So over here on the left, I'm going to uncheck the box for email and video and now check for print. And you can see there are postcards, different flyers and letters in here, greeting cards, guides. This is actually where you'll find your listing presentations. So there are some listing, pre-listing, and buyer presentations here, and we actually have a shorter video on this. So if you're working on these and have questions, just email us and we can send that to you. And then there are some business cards. I'm going to show you guys an email and a print piece really quick. So I checked the box, we're in our search options, we're in the design library, we're looking for email and video, so these are all email pieces. I'm going to go to my keywords and I'm going to search buyer, hit enter, and you can see now it's showing me 118 different pieces for buyers. So I can scroll through, find one that I'm looking for, click on that design, and then I'm not going to personalize this, so if you were to click the personalize button, it would take you in and the editing is exactly the same as the campaigns. So you can edit this, add in photos, videos, change things around a little bit, change the text. But since we're a little strapped for time today, I'm going to go ahead and skip that. It is exactly the same as the email campaigns, but from here I'm going to hit Compose Email. Alright, so once that piece is good to go, maybe you've edited it and made some changes, and now we clicked that Compose Email button, you're going to see that it plugs this piece into the body of an email. So we have our email piece, our contact information, and then they can click, of course, to download your app and things like that. This looks hazy and it's like kind of grayed out because it is HTML optimized. So I can't make changes from here. If I did want to edit this, I would need to go back to that previous page and hit Personalize. But yeah, we can go ahead and compose an email. And just to note, any email pieces like this or campaigns you send out through myKW, through eEdge, are sent from your eEdge email. So these will be sent from your KW Realty email. There is not a way to change that. But any replies will go to that marketing and reply to email that we've set up for you. So to add contacts to this, you can go up to the top here where it says add a contact name or email. Contacts do have to be in your database for you to send this out to them. So you want to make sure they're added into the contact section over here. So you can start typing in people's names and it should pop up. You can also click the To button. And this is basically the same as that campaigns page. You can go through and add over individual contacts or groups. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. You can change the subject line if you'd like. And then down at the bottom, you can choose to check this box for include showcase properties. That'll put some featured listings at the bottom. And then if you needed to attach anything, you could click Attach File. So once this is good to go, you can hit Send. A newer feature is you can actually save this as a draft. That wasn't an option before, but you can hit Save Draft and it'll be up here in your messages, which is pretty cool if you need to send this at a later time. But that's how you can create an email piece within eEdge, and I'm actually going to hit Cancel and go back to the design library. I'm going to go back to search. Alright, and real quick we're just going to create a print piece. So I'm going to get rid of this keyword for buyer here. And then under type I'm going to uncheck email and video, check the box for print, and then select the little bubble for flyers. So within here you can see there are some property flyer designs. I'm going to click on the one I'd like to create. So creating the property flyers is a little different, and honestly it's a little bit easier. So you can see this is a print piece. If your IDX is properly set up, you will have the option here to choose a listing. So you can actually go here and start to type in the MLS number or the address. You can select that, and then what that will do is it'll actually pull in the information automatically for you. So now when I click Personalize, you can see it plugged in some of the photos, it plugged in the property description, property info, things like that. So this doesn't work out perfectly every time. You can see like the property description is really, really long, so you may need to kind of tweak this. But the cool thing about the print pieces is you can basically just click on things and move them around. So it's much easier. I'm going to go ahead and, this is a really long property description, delete like half of this. Move this around. There are also more font choices in here, which is great. So let's say I wanted to change this. You can see there are quite a few more than the email pieces. can make things, change the font. I can go ahead and make this bigger. If I wanted to change the photo, I could click on this photo here. And I have the option to either replace, crop, or delete. So if I hit replace, I can either upload an image from my computer, go into those stock images again, or now since we are hooked up to MLS and I've chosen a specific listing, if I click MLS images, it has actually imported those different MLS photos and I can choose whatever photos I need. I'm going to make Scott's photo a little bit bigger because that's pretty small. So there we go. We have changed this around, made it look a little prettier, added in our info. Of course, you probably want to add in more than that, but we will hit save. This was, what was it called, Black Cherry or something? Hit save. And now when we click exit, you can see our beautiful flyers over here to the left. So now what we can do is we can download this PDF and it'll give us a nice, beautiful print quality marketing piece. So we can take this and print it out at our office, go to Kinko's, make nice copies. They do also offer printing, but I haven't done this before, so I can't really speak to the quality or turnaround time. But if you download the PDF, it'll give you a beautiful print quality flyer. So that's about it for the marketing in eEdge. We are going to need to change gears to Command, but if you guys have further questions or trouble when you're working on any of the marketing materials in eEdge, definitely reach out to us and we would be happy to help. But we are going to switch over to Command. So to get to Command, we would need to go to agent.kw.com. I might be logged into somebody's account, so let's see if I need to log out. I am. Okay, so bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and log out. Alright, so agent.kw.com will bring you to this page. This is where we access Command, and actually our login information for Command is the same as myKW, so you can use the same username and password. And hit sign in. Alright, so this is our Command dashboard. Similar to how we started in eEdge, we do want to go into our profile first to make sure all of our contact information is up to date. So I'm going to click on my name. I'm actually in Scott's account, so Scott's name up at the top right. And I'm going to click on Settings. And then over on the left under Command Settings, we're going to click, actually under Connect Settings, we're going to click Marketing Profile. Alright, so this marketing profile, like I said, is similar to the eEdge profile. We want to make sure everything in here is up to date before we create our marketing materials, because this is what is going to appear on those marketing materials. So if you scroll down, you can see places for your photo, your team logo, your contact information, so anything with this red star would be required. Add in our first name, last name, you can add in your license number, your team name if you have one, any designations or credentials, and then your bio. Here is where my bio would go. Cool. Mobile phone, office phone. Make sure you definitely have your email and your website on here. If you have a DBA logo, you can add that in here, and then your market center information. And then a legal footer. Some offices require more than others. And then there is a spot for your social media profiles. You can add these in if you'd like. And then your branded KW app. So some of these materials let me get rid of this little message down here. Some of them do have spots to download your app, so you want to make sure that is added in as well. If we've done a setup for you, we would have completed this for you, so you probably don't have to worry about it too much. But once this contact information is all good to go, we can click Save, and this will update right away. So while we're in our command settings, we're going to go back to over here on the left and click on Applications. So there are a couple things we want to make sure are integrated before we create our marketing as well. So on this page you can see up at the top it shows our connected apps. There are a few different apps that you can connect to Command for different reasons. So Facebook, you can connect your Facebook account for post scheduling, which we will go over. Basically, Command has a feature very similar to Hootsuite where you can schedule your social media posts. MailJet, so this is new. Command is no longer working with MailChimp. I believe now marketing materials will be sent out through MailJet. So you will want to come in here and connect your account. And I believe when this isn't connected, it'll just have a button like this that says Connect Account, and it should walk you through the process of signing up. Other things for marketing specifically that we want to make sure are linked, down here at the bottom we can see these are profiles that are not connected. So if you wanted to connect your Twitter account for post scheduling, you can do that. And then down at the bottom for marketing, so you can actually create paid advertising through Command as well. You would want to make sure your Facebook is hooked up, Twitter, and Google AdWords if you are wanting to run ads through these profiles. Alright, so we are going to go back to our home page. So once you've gone through here and connected those different apps, I'm actually going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on that home button. And up here at the top right, we're going to click Lead Accelerator. This little icon, little megaphone over here on the left will bring you there as well. So I'm going to click on Lead Accelerator. And here we go. So the Lead Accelerator is where we can create different marketing campaigns and post scheduling. So the marketing campaigns in Command are very different from the marketing campaigns in eEdge. So totally different from what we just set up. This is a paid advertising campaign. So from this page, if I had any campaigns running, you would see them down below. But I'm going to click Create New. And we have a few different options. We can create a social ad, like a Facebook ad, a social post, direct mail, or an email. I'm going to go ahead and click Social Ad. And then it basically just walks you through the process of creating an ad for one of your social media profiles. So you can add in the marketing campaign name. I'm going to say Test Campaign. You can select the channel. So this is why we wanted to make sure those apps were connected. I'm going to click Facebook Ads. I would like to do an ad on Facebook. You can choose the schedule. So you can choose the dates here. Say you want to run it for 10 days between June 28th and July 8th. You can pick different dates on this calendar here. And then the budget, I believe the minimum budget is $1 a day. There we go. So my total budget would be $10. I believe that is the minimum. So it would be $1 per day. But you can play around with that if you'd like to have a little bit more. And then it asks for your marketing campaign goal, whether that's to attract listings, advertise a listing, attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, or other. So let's do brand awareness. I haven't done this one yet. And then hopefully you guys can see behind this little support button, there is a button that says Configure Campaign. So I'm going to click on that. Well, I just got a little note saying that there was an issue with the Facebook profile that's connected, but that's okay. We're just going to keep chugging along. Alright, so this is my campaign. Basically, we can go through and now create the post. If I wanted to advertise a listing, I could go through here and search for listings. You would be able to search by address, and then it would add that property information onto the ad. I chose, what did I choose? Brand awareness. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that, but you can add in a listing if you'd like. And then down below, you're basically creating the ad. So over here on the right, it is going to show you a preview of what the ad will look like as you're working on it. So right here it says select account. You can select the Facebook account you are looking to create this ad for. Oh, maybe we don't have, there must be an issue with our Facebook profiles right now because it's saying I don't have one connected, but just make sure your Facebook profile is connected. I'm sure yours won't have an issue. We just have a lot of accounts. Alright, so ad type, awareness or lead generation. I'm going to do awareness. And now add content. Add content. So here is where you're basically creating the ad. You can add in images here by clicking on this little plus sign. You can add from your computer, KW video, or the content library. I don't think I have anything stored in here right now, but if I go over here to desktop, I can actually click where it says drag and drop or browse your files, and when I click on that, it's going to allow me to choose a photo from my computer. And I'm just going to pick this random one. I made a flyer for somebody the other day. Oh, that's not a great photo. Okay, well this is actually, it would make more sense if I was advertising a listing, but let's say I was adding in, like, you know, this might not work. I might have to change gears and pretend like I'm advertising a listing. I'm going to do that. Okay, so let's pretend I am creating an advertisement for a listing. So I added in the listing photo here, and then under add text, so you can see it's starting to generate my ad over here, and I think, so I'm going to do lead generation, switch this up actually, because I want to get leads for this listing. I don't think this really matters. Well, it doesn't like that I did that. It doesn't like that I'm trying to change it. Alright, I may have to change this up. Alright, I'm going to just go ahead and refresh this. Let's see. Okay, we're going to start over. So I'm creating a social, oh, is it going to work? A social ad, Facebook ad, test campaign. Sorry guys, I'm going to go back through this real quick. $10 budget for $1 a day, and my goal now is to advertise a listing. That's probably the easiest way to do it for this class. So I'm going to configure the campaign, and now we're back. Okay. So now we're going to go back in and create the ad. I can add in images, and actually I'm going to pull up like a specific listing. So I'm going to go to the website of one of our clients that we work with a lot, the Stormberg Group. So let's say I wanted to advertise one of my listings. What I would probably do is add in an image from their listing and then add in the link to it. So this could be maybe your Keller Williams site. You definitely want to link to, I'll click this one. Perfect. You want to link to your website. So under images, I'm just going to save this image really quick. Perfect. Alright, so if I was advertising this listing, under add content, I would add in this image. I would have this image saved to my computer already. add that in, and then under add text, I would put in the link to the property. So whether this is on your eEdge website, your Playster website, or a custom website you have, I would recommend going to your website, searching for your listing, and then as if you were viewing the listing as a client, look at the listing on your website and copy that link, because this is going to link people directly to the listing, but also your site. So if they are looking at the listing and they want more information, they're going to go through your website and through you to get it. So if I add in that, add in text, actually I don't think that's what I want to do. Under text I'm going to say something like new, gorgeous, new listing, and then maybe add in the property description. Oh, and that's not going to take all of that. So I would probably just cut that down a little bit. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just like all over the place right now. Headline, I would probably put there. And it looks like they do give you some headline examples as well. Things like your dream home is on the market today. You can add in whatever one you want. I'll go ahead and choose this one, your dream home is on the market today. So you can see it is starting to create this ad over here. So the CTA link, that is where we want to add in this link. So this is, so CTA text, this is basically what they can click on to get more information. So we have the option for learn more, contact us, or open link. I'm going to say learn more. And then under CTA link, this would be the link to the listing in this case. But if you were advertising yourself, your group, you would put in like your personal website, what have you. I'm going to add in the link to the site. All right, and then the link description, this is where I would start to put in maybe like the first couple sentences from the property description. And under add text, this is where I'm going to say gorgeous new listing in Franklin, Tennessee. So you can see this is an example of what my ad would look like, and I think it looks pretty good. This would have, of course, the page name up here. This is that headline that we created, or the ad text. This is the headline, your dream home is on the market today. The living is easy in this impressive home. So that's like the first sentence of the property description. And then if somebody were to click new more or learn more, they would be taken to this link. So this is the link directly to the listing. So that's an example of advertising a listing on command. You can see what it looks like there. And once this is all good to go, you can actually edit the targeting down here, who you want to reach out to. So you can edit the age range. So maybe I want to go like 24, actually let's just leave that, maybe go a little bit older, like 30 to 65. People in Franklin, Tennessee. Is it going to pull up? You guys are still there, right? Yeah, okay. It's saying check your internet connection. So this may be a little glitchy right now, especially since it said my Facebook wasn't fully connected. But it is not. You should be able to add in the location and then the radius. So this ad would be targeting people 30 to 65 years old within 20 miles of Franklin, Tennessee. So we've created our ad. I'm going to go ahead and click, you can click save and activate, but I don't actually want to run this. But I'm going to click save as draft. Yes. And now my draft has been created. So you can always come back to here, view your campaigns, and edit those a little bit more. Up at the top, if you are running ads, you do want to make sure you have payment information in here. And then we can do actually schedule posts. This is very similar to Hootsuite. We can see our scheduling here, and then any past posts would be here. If I wanted to schedule a post, all I would need to do is click on the Create New button up at the top. And this time we're going to choose Social Post. And now this is different than an ad. This would just be a post on your Facebook wall. And I'm basically going to do the same thing. So what would you like to share? I'm going to say gorgeous new listing in Franklin. And now this one we have more room. So this is just a post. So what I would do is add in the property description and then the link to that, that page. And you can see it's starting to generate a preview down here. If I click on this little image button here, this is where I can add in an image. I'm going to browse for files on my computer again and choose that property photo. You can see it's making this down here. And then once you have, and like I said, this is kind of acting, oh, okay, now it's letting me select a page. So now you can see my profile is connected over here. There must have been something a little glitchy with the ads. But I've created my post, added in my content, and now what I can do is if I click Actions, I can add post to the queue or post immediately. So what happens, this has been acting a little funky lately. I don't want to post this, that's the problem. So in the past, I don't want to risk posting this to the plantation office's Facebook, but in the past you were supposed to be able to, there was like a calendar here, and you could click on that and choose the date and time that you wanted this to post, but I don't believe that is fully functioning at this moment, and I don't want to hit add to queue because I don't know when it's going to try and post that. So this is how it works. One thing with Command is it's so new that they are still ironing out some things and making sure everything is fully functional. So this is how you would use it. It doesn't appear to be fully working. So I would hold off on this, but that's the basic gist of it. That's how you can schedule posts. There used to be like a thing over here where you could click and choose the date and time, but I don't see that right now. All right, so next thing we're going to jump over to is our campaigns. So we're going to go over to the left and click on the little envelope button. Oh, actually, no, these are different. Okay, so email campaigns. So you are able to create email campaigns within Command. This would be a little more similar to the eEdge campaign. So on this page, you can see your campaigns that you have running. If you were to click on My Lists, you could see any of your contact lists here. And if I wanted to create a campaign, all I would do is click on this teal button here, Create Campaign. Campaign name, add that in. You can choose your lists. And then select your template. So these are templates that we have created over in Sketchhouse. We will be jumping over there next. But I'm just going to pick maybe this coming soon one. All right, so now I can do schedule delivery. Okay, so I apologize, guys. Like I said, they have been changing things. This is all super new. So I think I should have gone over to Sketchhouse first. So the campaigns are, like I said, they're similar, but they're pretty different than eEdge. In Command, you basically have to create the marketing material first and then create the campaign. So this is basically scheduling out an email rather than like a whole campaign. They don't have that feature yet. So basically what I did, and we will switch gears so it'll make a little bit more sense, is right now I chose a saved design from Sketchhouse, something I had created in the past, and now I'm basically scheduling an email. So I chose that design, I chose my contact list, and now it's asking me to add in an email subject. I'm just going to say coming soon, I think was the piece. And then schedule delivery, I'm going to set this to tomorrow so I don't accidentally send this now, and hit save campaign. Alright, so what this is, basically, it took a design from Sketchhouse that I had created and scheduled an email. So it's not like the campaigns in eEdge where it's like one campaign with multiple steps. You would have to set up each step, each email individually in here. But I know this probably doesn't make any sense without actually seeing Sketchhouse first, so I'm going to jump back over to that. I apologize, guys. In the past, I had taught email campaigns first, and I'm realizing that didn't make any sense. So I'm going to go over to Sketchhouse now. Right now we're on email campaigns on the left. Directly below that, I'm going to click on this little like notepad for Sketchhouse. All right, so this changed recently as well, I think last week. They created new templates in Sketchhouse. So this is where you can find any of the marketing templates available within Command. You can see there are some here. You can scroll through. There are 18 different designs. Right now we're in My Templates. You can go through here and see the different ones by clicking on these categories, whether that is an email piece, a landing page. Oh, well, I guess you can select multiple at once. That's cool. Looks like there are not, designs. Okay, so these are designs that we have created. My templates. Okay, cool. Social, and then print. So if I was interested in any of these, I could go, say I wanted to create an email piece. These are ones that I've created in the past. If I wanted to create a new one, I believe I would just click on this little teal plus sign. And I can choose the template, whether that is an email piece, a landing page, a social post, or a print piece. So I'm going to do email and click Create Template. Oh, you know, sorry guys, I want to view, right now I think I'm just looking at my designs, but I want to see all of them. So that's creating a new template, like from scratch. Let's see, but landing page, designs you create will be here. I'm not seeing, I want to say this is not working. Because they did just roll out new templates, and I think it was supposed to take me to like a different place, but I'm not really seeing everything. I'm just going to click on these and see if we can find it. Okay. Interesting. So for some of these, I don't know why for the email pieces, these are our saved designs. If I wanted to create a print piece for any of these, it's now saying create one now. So if I were to click on create one now, it is going to bring me over to a different site. This is the new site that they just added in Sketchhouse. Oh, goodness. Okay, so KW recently, I guess for just print pieces, they recently added this WeBrand site. So within here, there are some new templates that you can mess around with. So these are door hangers, they have postcards, trifold brochures, and different letters. So if I wanted to do, I guess, like a door hanger, price update, or is this a flyer now? Oh, this is a letter. Okay, so I guess letter would be like flyer. So you can go through here and use these templates. So if I wanted to click use template, this is going to allow me to go in and edit this. And I apologize, guys. Like I said, this is brand new. So you can play around in here. Similar to editing like where we were before, you can just pick things up and move them. This has a little bit, seems like a little bit more of like a smarter system. So there are like grid lines and things line up automatically for you. You guys can go ahead and play around with this and edit this more. But once this is good to go, what we can do is we can either download this, and I think this will give me a beautiful, yep, we can choose either a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. So this, for example, was a letter or a flyer. So if I were to go here to download, I could get a JPEG file or a PNG, which is great for posting on Facebook, Twitter, sending out in the body of an email. But if I actually wanted to print this, I would do PDF. So I could download that, and it'll give me a beautiful PDF that I can use. If I wanted to hit share, let's see what happens here. Oops, sorry, it's still saving this. We can share this, looks like through our social media profiles. Let's see what happens when we open this link. Oh, cool. It creates a link for that flyer as well, so you can actually use this link if you wanted to send that to anybody or post it. And then I believe what we can do is if we click Add to Library, oh no, this is my image library. I'm trying to see, I think what happens if we hit save. Alright, this is saved. So now I believe this should hopefully be in Sketchhouse now. So if we hit back, I did want to save. Okay, so I believe there should be a way to add these to Sketchhouse. I just want to go back. Sorry guys, I'm jumping back over to Sketchhouse. There we go. Okay, so now that flyer we created, once I hit save, it did pull this into my template. So now I can work with it from within Sketchhouse. So now you can pull these pieces, like for example, if you were to create one of these email templates, you could edit one of these, like for example, this open house one. I could edit this, change this up, advertise my open house, and then once I were to go back to that email campaigns page where we just were, I would be able to add this to an email and send it out to my clients or my database that I have in Command. Alright guys, so we are actually going to wrap up today. We have a new video on these new marketing materials, so I will make sure if you guys need that, definitely reach out to us and we can send that out to you. Like I said, this is all super brand new, so we are still working out some kinks with this. But that's the basics of this. You can basically come into these marketing materials, edit these, add in different sections and content, and then that will be able to be pulled into your email campaigns. For example, this one we're working on here, this website, or I'm sorry, this open house piece, I think the only thing you can do right now is add this into the email campaign. You can also create a landing page out of this. So if I were to click Customize Landing Page, let's see if this works. What this is supposed to do, I believe, is give us a link for this. So we can actually create these awesome landing pages. So once this is fully edited and we have our content put in here, we can hit Publish Page and it'll give us an awesome, okay cool, this wasn't working before. It'll give us an awesome link that we can send out to our clients. So let's see if this works. Alright, so that actually created the landing page for us. So that was In our sketch house, we went into our email templates and created that open house piece, and then I hit create landing page or publish landing page, and it actually gave us a landing page here. So now if we click on that, this is a link that we can actually send out to people, and they can get more information about this open house and then contact you for more information as well. And all of your landing pages in Command, they are, let me make my window a little bit bigger, down here at the bottom under landing pages. So I apologize, guys, this class runs really long, so if you have further questions about the landing pages, about Sketchhouse, about those new pieces and new elements that are in Command, definitely reach out to us. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our contact information so you can see that. Down here at the bottom, we are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern on emails and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern on phones. So if you guys have further questions, go ahead and reach out to us. If not, thank you guys for watching our class today, and I hope you have a great day.